In 2001, one football club paid 75 million euros for a single player, and the entire sport stopped, because everyone thought the same thing. This is insane. This will never happen again. But they were wrong. That wasn't the moment football broke. That was the moment it got trapped. By the end of this video, you'll understand how one decision in Madrid didn't just change Real Madrid. It changed every club, every transfer, every player, and why, 25 years later, football still hasn't escaped it. When Florentino Pérez became president of Real Madrid in 2000, he didn't promise trophies. He promised something bigger: attention. His idea was simple: take the most famous footballers on earth and put them all in one team. Not because they fit, not because they balanced the squad, but because the world would watch. First came Luis Figo, then Zinedine Zidane, then Ronaldo Nazário, then David Beckham. Each one more famous than the last, each one more expensive than the last, and slowly, something changed. Real Madrid stopped looking like a football team and started looking like a global brand. Shirts sold everywhere, sponsors multiplied, revenue exploded, and for the first time, a club proved something dangerous. You could spend more than anyone else and make it back. Before this, football had limits. Clubs spent within reason. Transfers had ceilings. Wages had logic. After Pérez, none of that mattered, because now there was a new equation. The bigger the star, the bigger the audience. The bigger the audience, the bigger the money. And suddenly, players weren't just players anymore. They were brands, assets, investments. And once that idea existed, it couldn't be undone. Because every club in the world saw it. And every owner asked the same question: if we don't do this, what happens to us? Some clubs tried to keep up. Leeds United chased success. They spent money they didn't have, gambling on Champions League football. And when it didn't come, they collapsed. Others took a different path. In 2003, Roman Abramovich arrived at Chelsea FC, not to compete, but to match what Real Madrid had shown was possible. Unlimited spending, global ambition, and then in 2008, Abu Dhabi United Group bought Manchester City, and the game escalated again. More money, bigger transfers, higher wages, each step a response to the last, each club trying not to fall behind. But that was the problem, because this wasn't competition anymore. It was an arms race. And not everyone could survive it. For smaller clubs, the system became impossible. You develop a talented player, you sell him for a record fee, and suddenly, everything becomes more expensive. Wages rise, expectations rise, agents demand more, and the next player you try to keep costs more than the one you sold. So you sell again, and again, and again, until you realize you're not building a team anymore. You're feeding a system, one that gets richer the further away you fall. Because here's the truth: Real Madrid didn't just change football, they proved something irreversible. That football could be turned into an economy, and once that happened, there was no going back. The biggest clubs got bigger, the richest owners got richer, and everyone else had to play along. Not because they wanted to, but because they had no choice. The system doesn't need Real Madrid anymore. It runs by itself now. Transfer fees, wages, sponsorships, all feeding each other, all growing, all locking the game in place. Florentino Pérez didn't break the transfer market. He revealed what it could become. And once the rest of football saw it, they followed. Not because it was right, not because it was sustainable, but because it was the only way forward. And that's the prison. A system where a handful of clubs can truly win and everyone else is just trying to survive inside it. 25 years later, the doors are still closed, and nobody has found the exit.